Hi guys, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. I know it's the middle of June, 8 o'clock in the morning, and I've literally just come back from holiday. I've been back about 2.5 hours. We were in Turkey and we flew straight back to Birmingham, got the taxi that we'd pre ordered, and yeah, I've got dropped off, came home, saw my cats, missed my cats, got 5 cats: Bobby, Benji, Betsy, Bello, and Boo. Missed those. My friend, I have a friend who was coming in every day and looking after the cats. I was so grateful, really, really grateful to him for doing that. So I saw the cats, checked the garden. The garden was like so dry. So I've literally just watered it. I have done a vlog about the garden, so feel free to check that out. And now I'm sitting down in the garden, 8:30, having a cup of tea and just relaxing. Thought I'd just have a bit of a catch up with you now that I'm back and share a few thoughts. So we've had 7 wonderful days in Turkey. Really, really wonderful. The way that we planned it was that we flew out. We had a late flight on the Tuesday night. So by the time we got into Turkey and got to the hotel, it was effectively Wednesday. And then Wednesday morning, we got in at 4 o'clock Wednesday morning. So we had a couple of hours sleep, and then we started our holiday on the Wednesday. And then coming back, we had a checkout. We checked out at 12 o'clock lunchtime on the Tuesday, but we weren't being picked up till 9 o'clock on the night. So we had all of Tuesday as well to enjoy the holiday. And then we had a night flight. So our flight, we were picked up from the hotel at 9, and then our flight was at 1:30 in the Wednesday morning. And then we've arrived back home in Birmingham at early Wednesday morning. So whilst the flights on paper seemed a bit awkward, it worked out really well, really, really well. Because, sometimes when you do a week's holiday, sometimes you really get 6 days or 6 days and a quarter. But we had the best part of 7 days, which was really good. But because it was a night flight, as soon as we got on the plane, and there was like 6 of us in the party, including the 2 kids. As soon as we got on the plane, as soon as we took off, I think everybody sort of fell asleep. And I was kind of like, I'll wait until they bring the trolley around and I'll get a cup of tea. But next thing I knew, I woke up and they'd already done that service, and they were now just finishing the duty free. And I was like, that's how tired it was. And then we went back to sleep, and before we knew it, we were getting ready to land. So it worked really, really well, doing the night flights. So yeah, no, it was really good. And even before we left Turkey, we started planning the next holiday. We've just enjoyed it so much. So I went with my son and my daughter-in-law, the 2 grandkids, and a friend. So there were 6 of us, and we had 2 apartments. So obviously my son and his girlfriend and the kids had one, and me and our friend had the other one, and we were positioned right next door to each other. So it worked really well. And yeah, we just, it's the norm now for us. And sometimes people say, I know it's been said to my daughter-in-law a lot, people say, that's really strange that you go on holiday with your mother-in-law, or they say to my son, that's odd that you go on holiday with your mother. But I think that we get on so well. We can all respect each other's space and each other's privacy. We have such a laugh together. It works really well. It works really well. And you know, it's such a blessing, because even whilst we were on holiday, we met other families, and they were even like, "God, that's unusual that you go on holiday with, you know, your family, with your children, with your son and your daughter-in-law," and it's said to them. But I look at that and I think it's a blessing. It is a real blessing, and just goes to show, as a testament, you know, the type of family that we are, that we can go on holiday without killing each other or have a good time. Yeah, and I feel really blessed that I can spend that quality time with my grandchildren and to see them grow and develop. So yeah, it's a blessing. It truly is a blessing. But you know, it's not come easy. This is the third holiday that we've gone away. In the first year, it was about understanding each other's habits and each other's boundaries, and finding ourselves. The second year, that improved, and this year, a few little communication issues, but it's worked really well. And I think the thing that it's taught me is about communication. You know, when you get good communication between each other, you know, it can really work, because, you know, it's easy to sit there and assume that something's obvious to the other person, but it isn't, you know, and we've got to find a way to communicate with each other. And we've been working on that, and I think that is what makes, you know, going away with my son and my daughter-in-law a pleasure. And I know it's the same for them, and they are like, they wouldn't consider going on a holiday without me now. I would still go on a holiday without them. I'd go with my friends, but I would want to do a family holiday with them. So yeah, you know, it's been a pleasure. It's also taught me that, you know, when you're 50 or 50 plus, I'm 58, it's the time to be authentic, you know. And on this holiday, I mean, I live an authentic life, and I do what I want, I wear what I want, I act how I want, obviously with respect, you know, to those around me, but I can be me. I can really be me. And I think that as we get older, we really get to know who we are, whereas when I was younger, that takes time to know who you are, who you want to be, how you want to dress, how you want to show up in the world. That takes time. And now that I'm 50, I'm like, this is who I am, you know, and I will wear what I want. I'm on my own schedule, you know. I'm just authentic, and who doesn't like it and who has a problem with that, let them. That's fit them problem, as we say in the car with them, a fit them problem. Yeah, but yeah, I can really be authentic, and nice to be authentic around my family. Even sometimes they think I'm a bit strange, I'm a bit weird, I don't listen, you know, I'm not the greatest communicator. Those things I'm working on, but I can absolutely be me, and I'm comfortable in my own skin. So, for example, on the holiday, I don't need to be around them every day or every minute of the day. So I'll often go to breakfast or lunch on my own if I feel like I want to, or if I see that they've got the kids in hand. I just think, you know what, they need family time, they need time as a foursome. Let them, and then I'm just going to go off and do my own thing. And we've been using WhatsApp as well, so just WhatsApping and just say, well, where are you? I'm here and I'll catch up with you later, and we don't need to be in each other's space. And I just think, if I want to just sit on the beach for a couple of hours, I've got that. I'm being true to who I am. So, being away, it's a great time to reflect for me, and for me to really grow further into who I am, being 50 plus, but also learning more about my son and my daughter-in-law and my grandchildren, and really getting to know them on a different level as well. So no, it's been absolutely brilliant. So I've had a really, really good time. I have done a video for you about how I approach food and drink when on the weight loss journey and when you're on holiday. So I've popped it up here, so you will see it posted. So feel free to click that notification bell and the subscribe button, and you will see that video if that's what you're interested in. I will do a follow-up with my weight, because I weighed in before I left, and I'll do another video tomorrow. I never weigh in on the same day that I return from holiday, never, because I always carry fluid, even if it's just a little bit, which I've got a little bit. I haven't got as much as I normally have, but I've got a little bit of fluid. So I always like to wait until that fluid settles, and then that's going to give me a truer reading. So it'll be tomorrow before I do a weigh-in, tomorrow or the next day. And then I'll do a video and I'll give you an update on whether I gained, whether I stayed the same, or whether I lost weight. My gut feeling is that I've put a little bit on. That's my gut feeling. And that's not because of eating to excess. That's not the food. It's the drinks. Oh my days. Talk about sugar rush. Their drinks, like, even if it's a non-alcoholic drink and you get like the fruit juice, which is like a cordial kind of thing, oh my goodness, it is just ridiculously concentrated. And what we do now is that when we have sugars, and if sugar isn't burnt off, it gets stored as fat. And I just feel like around my middle and my belly just feels a little bit bigger, and I feel a little bit bloated. Not hugely, but I can definitely tell the difference from when before going away. So yeah, if I've gained, it won't be because of the food. And again, I will do a video with some of the food that I've had, but I might also do a separate video. So it's not because of the food, because I practice intermittent fasting and mindful eating, so that goes with me wherever I go. And it's interesting because even though most nights we ate buffet style, I've now in such a habit where I look at the food on display and I just look at it and I appreciate it with my eyes. But then when I've chosen, I will literally just take a small amount. Gone are the days where I fill my plate or my plate is full or no, I still have a small amount, is what I have. And I'm very satisfied with that, very, very satisfied. So yeah, definitely over time my choices and the quantity of food that I eat has changed, but also the amount of food that I serve myself has also changed, and that has definitely helped me with losing 12 stone. So yeah, but it's the sugar in the drinks. And whilst initially I started the holiday by just having one alcoholic drink, that did increase to maybe 2 or 3 alcoholic drinks, and that was the cocktails on holiday. Normally I'm a rum and coke girl, but their rum and cokes just weren't doing it for me, so I switched to cocktails. But even with the cocktails, they'd make it and I'd ask them to put lots of ice in it, and if it was still a bit too sweet, I would just dilute it with water. Oh, the sugar content was just crazy, absolutely crazy, but it was nice. It did taste nice. But yeah, but I have to be careful because I'm a diabetic too. So yeah, guys, I'm not worried about if I've gained a little bit or stayed the same. Not a problem at all, because you know, the one thing that I've learned on my journey is that when it comes to holidays and occasions, family occasions, you've got to enjoy it. No two ways about it. You've got to enjoy it, because I mean, okay, so I have a couple of holidays and weekend breaks on a regular basis, but it's not every week, it's not every month. And what is life about if it's not to be enjoyed? So I do enjoy it, but because I have built that sustainable system for myself, which is about intermittent fasting, mindful eating, you know, eating within a time frame, choosing the foods that's going to sustain my body, that just over time it becomes automatic. It's a lifestyle for me, it's automatic. So that allows me to have freedom. I'm free. I'm not tied to an app worrying about, am I going over my points or my sins or my calories or my macros? Forget that. That was dead and buried for me a long time ago. I'm not thinking, oh, I'm going on holiday, am I going to track, or you know, I'm going to not track whilst I'm on holiday and then deal with it when I come back. No, those days are gone for me. Because it's interesting, when I was a weight loss coach for a well-known company, I saw a lot of anxiety. People would be tracking and using the point system to lose as much weight as they can before their holiday. Then they would go on holiday and didn't track for a week or two. All of those old habits which made them gain weight in the first place came back for those 2 weeks, and then they'd come back with a massive gain, and then pick up their app, start pointing or tracking their sins, calories, whatever it was, to now lose the weight that they've gained. And I used to look at that even when I was a coach, and I was like, something's not right here. Something is not right. And what I've realized is that these companies created a dependency on their program, on their app, on their point system, to the point that when people didn't pick up their app and didn't track and didn't count their calories, points, whatever, they hadn't learned anything about healthy choices, and they reverted back to their old ways, and that's why they gained. And I'm not talking about like half a pound or a pound. I'm talking like, you know, like I did back in the day, went on holiday and came back 10 pounds heavier because all of those good habits gone out the window. And I looked at that and I thought, you see, when you're doing it for yourself, it's very different to when you're coaching and working with hundreds of people each week, because you start to see patterns. You see patterns, and these were patterns that I was seeing, and I was like, there's something not right there. So that's why I stopped using those systems, and I found a sustainable way for me. And it's not going to work for everybody, because I appreciate some people need the structure of, points, or to use an app or something like that. But I wanted to make my weight loss sustainable. So the habits and the things that I do today, I'm going to do next week, next month, next year. And I'm not relying on an app or a tool or anything like that to help me to lose the weight. And that's what I've done, and that's where my success has come. Yeah, no dependence on tracking points or sins or calories or macros. And there's nothing wrong in those if that is what works for you. Absolutely nothing wrong in those at all. But being a 50 or 50 plus, I've learned a lot. And if you're over 50 as well, and you have been on multiple weight loss journeys, when you think about it, let me know in the comments below if you feel that a lot of these weight loss programs try to create a dependency, or whether it's allowed you to create and sustain healthy habits without dependency. Because that's the thing, isn't it? We want to be dependent. Companies want us to be dependent on them, because that's how they make their money. Yeah, and it's well documented that companies like Weight Watchers have publicly said that the way that they make their money is by getting people to come back time and time and time again. And the system is set up for people to fail, in air quotes. The system is set up for people to fail. And by failure, what I mean is that as soon as they stop using their app, as soon as they stop tracking, the weight goes back on. And that's because the system is designed to keep you dependent on them. And that's how they make their money, by members. And when I was a coach, we had members there for donkey's years, paying every single month. And that's one way of the company surviving. And the other way was by people doing it for a couple of months or couple of weeks, however long, stopping, the weight going back on, and then they're rejoining, just going in that cycle. And I'm not saying anything that's untrue. This is documented by Weight Watchers themselves, that have publicly said that the way they make their money is by people coming back to them time and time again. So yeah, and and some people need that, some people want that, some people like to have those tools, and they like that sense of structure and being dependent on a tool, and nothing wrong with that if that's what you want. But for me, I didn't want that. I didn't want to be dependent on any system. I wanted to learn good habits that were going to serve me every single day of the year, whether it was Christmas, Easter, holidays away, whatever it was going to serve me. and it came down to changing the mindset. And I've had to work so hard on my mindset for my entire life, not just for my weight loss journey. So yeah, no, it's really interesting. So I don't worry about going on holiday and, drinking a little bit more, possibly gaining a couple of pounds. Not worried at all, because I know that the habits that I have is going to serve me tomorrow. So for me, there is no, right, let's start again, let's get back on track. Those words, which are so common within the weight loss industry, doesn't exist in my world. There is no, let's get back on track, as in get back tracking. No, for me, tomorrow or today, it's business as usual. Business as usual. So yeah, guys, I'd say that, when you reach an age and you've been there, you've done it, you've done the programs, you've lost and you've regained, switching to a new program or a new plan or going back again, that's not where the problem lies. That's not, you can switch to as many programs. I've seen people switch from Weight Watchers to Slimming World and back again and back again and back again. That's not the problem. They might go from Weight Watchers to intermittent fasting or try and build that in, or the one-to-one diet or paleo or Atkins. That ain't the problem. Switching isn't the problem, because some people say, and I hear it all the time, people say, oh, which is best, Weight Watchers or Slimming World? Well, either of them will work for you, but equally none of them will work for you. It's not about the program, guys, because both of them are both healthy eating. Every plan, every program, Mediterranean, paleo, carnivore, Dukan, Atkins, every single one of those will work for you. But equally, none of them are going to work for you. It's all about the mindset. You get that mindset right, and whichever program you choose will work. Get the mindset. Don't work on the mindset, none of them will work. So when I was a coach, I used to see people going back and forth, saying, I'm starting Weight Watchers this week, and then a month later, oh, it's not working for me, I'm going to switch to Slimming World, or that's not working for me, I'm going to go back. No, the issue isn't Weight Watchers or Slimming World. The issue is the mindset. Yeah. So yeah, the mindset is key, guys. Whatever you want to do, yeah, in weight loss for life, mindset is key. So, have another sip of my coffee. So, talking about mindset, one thing that I realised and noticed on my holiday is that I'm just not as fit as I used to be. I've noticed a shift in my fitness. And yeah, I do have a few health problems. I suffer with my shoulder, my hips, my knees. I've got a number of health conditions. And I just thought, right, it was quite a bit of a shock for me when, even, my 4-year-old grandson can walk faster than me. that is a problem. So I thought, right, that's it. I'm coming back. I'm going to rejoin my gym, and I'm going to get swimming again. So I'm gonna have to be part of two gyms. So I like Pure Gym because it's, as it says, it's just pure gym. There's no frills, no fancy stuff, nothing. It's just pure gym. Membership is very affordable. So I'm gonna. It's local. It's close to work. It's great parking. It's convenient, 24/7. So I'm gonna go back to Pure Gym and work out a couple of times a week. I might start off with a personal trainer as well, just to get me working, but also knowing how to work with, my bad shoulder, and also my hips and my knees. So, get that instruction. But also I want to get swimming again. I really enjoyed swimming in the pool with the grandkids, and I thought it was really slow. Yeah, and yeah, because of my shoulder as well. But I think it will strengthen my shoulder. So I'm gonna have to take out a separate membership at a different gym, because Pure Gym's going to be about £20 a month. But if I go to another gym fairly close to me that allows me to use the gym and to swim, it's going to cost me about £50 a month, and I ain't doing that. I ain't paying that. Whereas if I get just the swim membership, I might be able to get a concessionary rate, which will make it a bit cheaper. So I'm going to inquire about that today, and then I'm going to start going swimming. Yeah, and swimming, steam, and sauna. Yeah, just building that bit more self-care. And the other thing that I noticed as well when I was on holidays, that whilst I've lost a lot of weight, I need to start toning. Really need to start toning my body. So, that's not to say I wasn't happy with how my body looks, but I just noticed like the muscle tone in my arms and my legs are not there. So yeah, I just want to shift my focus a little bit, because the weight's coming off nice and steady, and I really need to pay attention now to my fitness. So yeah, I think today, because I'm back at work tomorrow, so today I'm going to take some time. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do today, because it's still only 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to finish my coffee. In fact, I'm going to have another cup of coffee, and then I'm going to unpack my suitcase and get some washing on. The house is lovely and clean because I cleaned it top to bottom before we left. I changed the bed and the sheets and everything, and I'm not tired, so I'm not going to have a sleep, but I am going to have a nice bath and just relax. Then I'm going to check out, sort out the gym, and then once I sign up, I think I'm going to go for a swim. Yeah, start as I mean to go on. And then I've got lots of videos to edit, because whilst I was on holiday, I was, making lots of videos, and you might have seen lots of shorts as well that I've done with my outfits. And let me just give a massive shout out to my 8-year-old grandson. All my shorts that you've seen, or you may see, of me in my swimsuit, or apart from the ones where I'm in the lift, those I took myself in the mirror, but everything else in my swimsuit, my grandson took those. He is so good at taking photos, and he's taken them on my phone, but he's so good at capturing images and taking photos, and is even edited some of them for me in CapCut. Is absolutely brilliant. and I've said to him I'm going to treat him to his first proper camera for his birthday. He's so good. I'm so proud of him. So yeah, big shout out to my 8-year-old grandson, who has been Nanny's photographer, my very own David Bailey. So so I'm gonna edit some videos and get them all ready so you can see what I've been up to. So guys, I'm gonna stop waffling. I'm gonna finish my coffee. But guys, we are on the road to 2,500 subscribers by the end of June. So I would love for you, if you're watching this video at this point and you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell. Help me out, guys. I'd just love to hit that. I love setting goals and working towards them, and I'd love to work towards this goal. So yeah, feel free to come on board and join my community. So guys, it's gonna be another warm one today. Sun's out already, it's quite warm. Yeah, so what are you up to today? What are you up to? Do drop a comment and let me know. Anyway guys, I'm gonna go and preserve this tan a little bit more. I've started to go a little bit dry, just a little bit, so I've got some body scrub that I bought from B&M. I'm gonna go and have a nice soak in the bath and use my body scrub and, you know, sort of get rid of any dead skin, moisturize, and yeah, do what I can today in terms of my self-care, health and wellness. Okay guys, that's it from me. Whatever you're doing, have a lovely day, and I will see you very soon. Take care now. Bye.